Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Catherine, and today I'm going to be talking about how I developed my branding. I feel like I've learned a lot of things in the past couple months of starting my own business and developing a brand, and so I wanted to share them in hopes they might be useful or helpful to someone else as well. Let's get started. So a few months ago, I attended a business conference called Business Boutique, which is hosted by Christy Wright, a Dave Ramsey personality, and that conference consisted of a lot of different informational lectures and guidance and advice for women starting their own business. One of the lectures that I found particularly helpful was by Tim Newton, who is also a Dave Ramsey employee, and the topic of his lecture was building a brand your audience brags about. In his lecture, Tim Newton discussed 4 core topics that need to be discussed to build a solid brand, and he used the illustration of really one's branding being the soul of the business. So those 4 areas are values and beliefs, lifestyle, identity, and personality. So I'm essentially going to go through the questions that he asked and talk about how I answered those to develop my own brand. So the first area, values and beliefs. What happened in my backstory that drives my passion? As someone who recently started a massage business, something that happened in my backstory was I received a massage. A few years ago, I received my very first professional massage, and I still remember how good it made me feel. I wanted to share that feeling with other people. And 2 key words that I used to describe how it felt, other than just feeling good, was relief and peace. I wanted to share that feeling of relief and peace with other people. Another question he asked, what makes me angry in the world? In the context of massage, tension, physical pain, suffering that our bodies are holding on to. The third question, what matters to me? I have a desire to grow, to be healthier physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I value self-awareness. I value gentleness. I value self-care. I value balance. I value the mind-body connection. I desire to pursue wisdom. I believe in attempting to contribute to the healing of the world more so than to the suffering of the world. So then the next question, what do I believe? I believe that the body is sacred. I believe that tension is a way that our bodies keep us safe. I believe that healing can occur when we practice compassion toward ourselves, when we ask ourselves what we need and attempt to meet our needs. I also believe that I personally am not a healer. I only facilitate healing, and that people heal themselves. So under the second topic, lifestyle, what would a customer's life look like if they bought into my brand? This one is a little bit tricky to answer because I'm not selling a specific product, so it's not something that you wear or that you really show off to people. But some words that come to my mind are quiet, meditative, someone who is pursuing balance and wellness. So what would my ideal customer truly desire? I imagine they would desire to feel good, to feel positively toward their body, and to experience pain relief. The next question is a little bit tricky again because it's not a physical product that someone can show off, but the question is, as a customer, what would I be proud to show off? So maybe those things could be an improved night's sleep, or a more positive body image, or increased range of motion. Those are all potential benefits to receiving massage. So then moving on to the identity of the brand. What word best describes my core values and beliefs? I like the word holistic because I'm all about balance and wellness, and especially because eventually I would like to expand my brand to be more than just massage, because I also do music and I appreciate yoga and just different elements of balance and wellness, so I like the term holistic. Also, a subpoint under identity is brand description. What word best captures how I want people to perceive me? Initially, I wrote down the word healthful, but actually in practice, what I've noticed a lot of people describe me as is calm, which I'll go with that. I like calmness. I like being perceived as calm. And then brand expression. What word best describes the look that will capture that expression? I chose the word gentle. Gentleness is probably one of my favorite virtues, and I always love cultivating gentleness in my daily life. So that's the word that I would choose to answer that question. Personality. So what should the brand sound like? Being a massage practice, I tend to play spa-type music, so I think soothing or relaxing. And then a fun question is, what kind of character would your audience hang out with? So this is where I chose the word calm. And again, that's a word that I've heard several people use to describe me, so I'll take it. So in the process of developing my brand, I compiled a whole bunch of notes outlining essentially what I just shared with you, those questions that Tim Newton asked, and then my answers to them, words that I felt described the brand I wanted to build. as well as images that I just pulled from Google when I searched different things like meditative or calm or gentleness and things like that. The next step that I took in my branding was, after compiling all those notes, I presented them to the specialist I worked with to develop my logo. She sat down with me and went line by line through my notes, and we really delved into and discussed, what does my brand feel like, sound like, look like, what are different colors and shapes that I want to use to develop my logo. Having these notes based on that lecture that I heard at the conference, I felt really gave me a good foundation for building a solid brand for myself. And like I've said before, I would like to expand beyond just massage, and I'm still figuring out what that looks like, but I think I have a good starting point because I made a point to ask myself these questions and really think about what I wanted. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize Elizabeth Marsh, who is the specialist who developed my logo and really helped me build my brand from the ground up. She met with me on a weekly basis to consult on website design and different images and headings, and was very thorough and detail-oriented, and so I found that super helpful as I was starting out. I'm going to include a link to her website, marshstudios.com, in the description of this video so that way you can check out her work as well. So that is how I got started developing my own personal brand. I'd invite you to visit my website, katherinehill.com, where you can see my logo as well as the different aspects of my brand that I'm working on. And if you have any feedback, please share in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.